Hello students, I Mrs. Madhvi Mhatre welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. We are revising chapter number 1, sets. In this we have revised the meaning of the word set, then we have seen types of sets, then Venn diagrams, equal sets and subset. This concept we have discussed in previous lecture. Also we discussed about universal set. And afterwards we solve the practices based on that. Now today we are going to learn about operations on sets, that is intersection and union of sets, and also the important formula of number of elements in the set. Okay, so let us start with operations on set. In that, the very first operation is intersection of two sets. Okay, let us revise this now. Now here, if we have two sets, A and B, okay, like you can see here we have two sets A and B. A contains element 1 3 5 and 7 and B contains element 2 3 6 and 8. Then the intersection of these two sets is the set of all common elements of A and B. That means the element should be present in A also and it should be present in B also. So such set is called as intersection set of A and B. It is denoted by this symbol A intersection B. It's U-like symbol, reverse U-like symbol, and we read it as A intersection B. So in rule method we can write down the intersection set of A and B. That is A intersection B is a set of all x such that x belongs to A and x belongs to B. That means x should be element of both the sets A as well as B. Or in short, you have to keep in mind the set of common elements. So what we can see here is 3 is the only element common here. Therefore, we can write down the intersection of set A and B as a singleton set which contains only one element, that is 3. Now, if we want to represent it by using Venn diagram, then we have to represent it like this. We have to draw two intersecting circles. Why? Because some part is common. That means one element is common here. So we have to draw these two intersecting circles, and this intersection part shows us here the set or the part which is A intersection B. Okay. So this part shows us A intersection B. So 3 is a common element, that is why it is written only once here. Then remaining elements from A, that means 1, 5 and 7, they are written here. And here in this part, remaining elements from B, that is 2, 6 and 8 are written. So in this way we can show the intersection of two sets. Now let's go ahead towards the properties of intersection. So always you have to remember the properties. As I have said, they are very important when you solve the MCQs. These properties, they can be asked in MCQs. So what we can say as the first property is A intersection B is equal to B intersection A. That means if we change the sequence while taking intersection, then the set is going to be same. Then next, if A is subset of B, that means B is bigger set and A is smaller set. So in that case, A intersection B is equal to A, the smaller set. Intersection is a common part, that means it is a smaller set. So if A is subset of B, then A intersection B is A. Next property, if A intersection B is B, then B is subset of A. This is called as converse of this. Okay. A intersection B is B means what? B is smaller set. Therefore, B is subset of A. You know that while writing, we write the smaller set first and the bigger set afterwards. Okay. Then next, fourth one. A intersection B is subset of A. And A intersection B is subset of B. Obviously, because we have seen the definition of intersection, that intersection is the common elements from both the sets. That is why A intersection B is subset of A and it is subset of B also. Next, A intersection A complement is equal to phi, null set. We have learned intersection in previous lecture. We have revised it. We know that no element is common in the set and its complement, and that is why A intersection A complement is a null set, which is denoted by the symbol phi. Next, A intersection A is A itself. The intersection of the set with itself is the same set. Then A intersection null set is a null set. Intersection of any set with the null set is a null set. Okay, so in this way you have to remember all these properties. Now let's go ahead. From this, we can understand the concept of disjoint sets. As the name suggests, these two sets, they don't have anything in common. They contain totally different elements. Like you can see here, A contains element 1, 3, 5 and 9 and B contains element 2, 4 and 8. No element is common here. So such sets are called as disjoint sets. These sets are completely different from each other. And if we want to show them by using Venn diagram, we have to show it like this. Two separate circles we are drawing, they are not intersecting because nothing is common in them. Even we cannot draw touching circles. Okay. So two different circles or two different figures you will draw to show these sets. Okay, so such sets are called as disjoint sets. Now let's go ahead. What we can say that here is intersection of these two sets is a null set. Nothing is common in that. Now the next operation is union of two sets. So here also we will take one example. Suppose we have two sets. A is a set having elements -1, -3, -5 and 0. And B is a set having elements 0, 3 and 5. Okay, so here union of these two sets is a set which contains the elements from A or elements from B. That means all the elements of A and B together, they form the union of that two sets and we represent it as A union B. U like symbol, it's not exactly U. You can see that it is a little bit spread one. Okay, it's U like but it's not U. So it is A union B. Then we can represent this by the set builder form as like this, that A union B is a set of all x such that x belongs to A or x belongs to B. See, for intersection we have the word and here. That means the element should belong to both the sets. It should be common. But for union it is not like that. Either the set should belong to A or set or the element should belong to B. Okay. So together here we are going to get the union. So we can write down the union like this. Either you can write down it in sequence or you can write down anyhow. The simplest method is what? First of all, you copy down all the elements of set A. Then you write down the remaining elements from set B. So you can write it like this also. -1, -3, -5, 0. Then 0 we will not write it again and 3 and 5. Or you can write in any sequence. Only thing is that all the elements of A and B, they should be present in union. Now what we can observe is the intersection may be the smaller set than the given sets. But union is a bigger set. See, it contains more elements than A and it contains more elements than B. So a union is always a bigger set and comparatively intersection always is a smaller set. Now if we want to represent it by using a Venn diagram, then we can do it like this. See here, the element is common, and that is why we are drawing two intersecting circles, because 0 is a common element here which we will show in this intersection part. And then remaining elements of A, that means -3, -5 and 1, that we are going to write here, and remaining elements of B, that means 3 and 5, that we will write here. Okay, so this complete diagram, this complete area gives us A union B, and this intersecting part gives us A intersection B. Okay, so in the same diagram it is possible for us to represent intersection and to represent union. Okay, this part is intersection, and the complete diagram, the complete figure gives us union. Okay, now let's go ahead. Now let us see the properties of union. As we have seen for intersection, the very first property here is A union B is equal to B union A. Okay, it is called as commutative property, that even if we change the sequence, then the union is going to be same. Then the second property now here, if A is subset of B, that means A is a smaller set and B is bigger set, then A union B is B, that is a bigger set. In case of intersection, it is a smaller set. Exactly opposite, you have to keep in mind that way. Then the next property here is A is subset of A union B, because all the elements of A are present in A union B. Similarly, B is subset of A union B, because all the elements of B are present in union, because A union B is nothing but the set of all the elements of A and B. Then the fourth property, A union A complement is universal set. That means the set and its complement together, it forms the universal set. When we have studied complement, that time we have seen that the complement is nothing but the set of elements where all the elements of U are present but no elements from A are present. Then next, fifth one, A union A is the set itself. That means, like we have seen, A intersection A is A. Similarly, A union A is A. The union of the set with itself is the same set. Then next, A union null set is equal to null set. Like for intersection we have null set, but for union we have the same set. Okay, so this way we have the properties of union of sets. Okay, now let's go ahead. Now the important formula which we want, that is number of elements in the set. First of all, let us try to understand what is meaning of the word number of elements in a set. So here if we have a set A, suppose, with elements 3, 6, 9, 12 and 15. So to count the elements 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the number of elements in set A are 5, and we represent it like this, that is n of A, and then we are writing n of A is equal to 5. That means set A is having 5 elements. Number of elements in set A is equal to 5. Let us take one more example. If we have the set B, where we have elements 6, 12, 18, 24, 30 and 36. These are multiples of 6. And we can count that there are 6 elements here. So we can say that n of B is equal to 6. So just by counting the elements, we can write down that this set contains these many elements. Okay. Now here, there is an important formula related to the number of elements in the set, two sets we can say, and the number of elements in their intersection and number of elements in their union. So let's see that formula. So the formula is n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. That means number of elements in the union of two sets is equal to the number of element in first set plus number of elements in second set minus the number of elements in their intersection. The same formula can be written like this, that n of A plus n of b is equal to n of a union b plus n of a intersection b. Simply this term is shifted that side and we got the another form of the formula. Now this formula we are going to use for solving the problems. Okay. So now let us discuss the problems from the last practice set, that is 1.5. So let's go there. I'm sorry, practice set 1.4. The very first question here is, if n of a is equal to 15, n of a union b is equal to 29, n of a intersection b is equal to 7, then n of b is equal to question mark. Just now we have seen the formula. So we have to make use of the formula straightforward and we can get the answer. Okay. So in solution, what you are going to write is, first of all, write down the given things. That n of a is 15, n of a union b is 29, n of a intersection b is 7, and what we want to find is, we want to find n of b. So always write this, what is given to you and what you want to find. Now how you are going to solve it? You are going to use the formula. So write down, we know that, and then write down the formula which you know, that n of a union b is equal to n of a plus n of b minus n of a intersection b. Then in next step, simply you substitute the values. Okay, so in place of n of a union b, you write down 29. Then in place of n of a, you can write 15. N of b is unknown, so we will keep it as it is. And in place of n of a intersection b, we will write down 7. Okay, so the next step is to simply substitute the values which are given to us. Now we can solve it. See, 15 minus 7, we are going to get 8, and that we can subtract from 29 to get n of b. So n of b is 29 minus 8, that is equal to 21. So this is such a simple question. Only thing is that you should know the formula. So all of you by heart this formula. Keep in mind this formula, that n of a union b is equal to n of a plus n of b minus n of a intersection b. And simply by putting the values, you can get the answer. Now this problem can be solved by using Venn diagram also, but that is, or that method is under the reduced syllabus. It is not there. Okay, so you have to solve only by using formula. Now let us go towards the second question. This question is a word problem. In a hostel, there are 125 students, out of which 80 drink tea, 60 drink coffee, and 20 drink tea and coffee both. Find the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee. Okay, so this question also we are going to solve by using the same formula. So here we have two types of students, the students those who drink tea and those who drink coffee. So those two types of students we will take as set A and set B. So always we will start with that let U be the universal set of all the students in the hostel, A be the set of students drinking tea, and B be the set of students drinking coffee. Okay, this is how we have denoted A and B. We need to write this. Then you can write down that here, from the given information from the question, we can write down that n of A is 80, because 80 students they drink tea and we have taken set A for that. So we can say that n of A is 80. Then 60 drink coffee. So it is set B. So n of B is 60. Then total number of students, that is n of U, or simply you can write down U is equal to, that is 125. And finally, see, 20 drink tea and coffee both. Both means common. And word is there. So it denotes us the intersection. That means n of A intersection B is 20. Now see, we know n of A, we know n of B, we know n of A intersection B. So by using the formula, we can find out n of A union B. That means the number of students, those who drink tea or coffee. Okay. But what we have to find out is that the number of students who do not drink tea or coffee. So whatever value we will get for n of A union B, if we subtract it from the total students, then we will get the students who do not drink tea or coffee. So first of all, let us find out n of A union B by using the formula. Okay, so here only one method we are going to use. There are two methods as I have said, but the second method is now under the reduced syllabus, so you are not going to use it. So to write down, we know that n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. So put the values. N of A is 80, n of B is 60, and n of A intersection B is 20. So what we can write down here is n of A union B is equal to 80 plus 60 minus 20. So 80 plus 60 is 140 and 140 minus 20 is 120. Okay, so therefore n of A union B is 120. So what we can say is 120 students, they drink either tea or coffee. But we have to find out the students, those who do not drink tea or coffee. Okay, so total students are 125. From that, if we subtract 120, then we get the students who do not drink tea or coffee. Okay, so it is n of u minus n of A union B. That means 125 minus 120, that is 5. Okay, so we can say that 5 students do not drink tea or coffee. Now from this exercise, question number 3 and 4, they are not there. They are deducted. So only this one word problem you have from practice set 1.4. Okay. That is also you will solve by only one method. Second method of Venn diagram is not there now. In the beginning, I taught you each and every problem and both the methods, because that time the reduction was not declared. But now you know what is the reduction. So here this problem we are going to solve only by using the first method, that is by using formula. Okay. So in this way simply you can solve it. Okay. Now let's go ahead towards the fifth question. Why? Because third and fourth, they are deducted. So question number 5 here is, observe the given Venn diagram and write the following sets. Okay, so here the diagram is given. You can see that the universal set is shown by the rectangle, and inside you have two sets A and B. Also their intersection we can see, that means A and B, they have some common elements which are shown here. Then outside A and B also we can see certain elements. Okay, so we have to write down the following sets. First of all, we have to write down A. That means see this circle. Write down all the elements from this which denotes set A. So set A you can write like this. The elements are X, Y, Z, M and N. You can write in any sequence. You can write down Mn first, then X, Y, Z, your choice. You know that the sequence is not important, but writing each and every element is important. The next one, second one is B. So here you will write down all the elements from this circle. This circle denotes set B. So you can write down the elements P, Q, R and Mn. Mn is common to both. It is in the intersection part. You can see this. Okay. Then you have to write down A union B. Union of these two sets. Either you can write from here or you can write from here. All the elements here, they give us A union B. So you can write it like this: X, Y, Z, P, Q, R and Mn. Because Mn is common. So X, Y, Z are written first, then P, Q, R are written, and then Mn, they are written only once. We are not allowed to repeat the elements. So this is our A union B. Then the fourth one is U. U means all the elements. Now see here, if in this set, if we add this S and T, then we are going to get universal set. Okay, so simply add two more elements here to write down U, that is universal set. Then you have to write down A complement. A complements the means the elements which are present in U but not in A. So either you can write it from here. Compare these two sets A and U. Okay, so except XYZ and MN. See, XYZ and MN, remaining elements gives us A complement, that is PQR and ST. Okay, that is our A complement. Or you can see here, you ignore this circle A and the remaining elements you write down, that will give you A complement. Okay, the elements which are not present in the set A, so the remaining elements which are outside set A, they are P, Q, R, S, T, that is your A complement. Similarly, you can write down B complement, so you will not take this circle. So the elements are X, Y, Z, S and T. You can observe from the diagram, or as I have said, you can see now set B and set U. So except P, Q, R and MN, you have to write down the remaining, that means X, Y, Z and ST, that will give us B complement or B dash. Then we have to write down A union B complement. So then you can see these two sets, A union B and U. Okay, the remaining elements from the U which are not present here. So we can see ST are the two elements which are present. So that gives us A union B complement. Or you can see in the diagram, these two circles, they form A union B. So the remaining elements, they will give us A union B complement. So A union B complement, it contains only two elements. They are S and T. Okay, in this way you can solve the sums. Okay, so with this we have completed with the revision of chapter 1 sets. You also can solve the word problem once again. Go through MCQ questions there. The reduction in syllabus is already given to you. So all of you prepare for your exam. All the instructions are given to you. So students, study accordingly. Now I'm stopping here. We will meet in next lecture. Till that, you stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself. Thank you, students.